Let's talk about menopause. It's something that happens to half the population, but for some reason, it's still often shrouded in mystery and confusion. Well, today, we're going to pull back that curtain. We're going to demystify the symptoms and help you get a really clear picture of what's happening in your body and mind. Does any of this sound familiar? Maybe you walk into a room and completely forget why you're there. Or you snap at someone and then wonder, where did that come from? Or you just hit with this wave of exhaustion that comes out of absolutely nowhere. It can feel really disorienting, but I promise you, these moments are incredibly common.
And that's the most important thing to hear right now. You are not alone in this. This is a completely natural, normal stage of life. So instead of feeling confused, let's get you empowered by actually understanding what is going on.
So, here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll define what menopause actually is. Then, we'll walk through the different stages of this transition. After that, we'll dive deep into the physical signals your body is sending, and then explore the impact it has on your mind and mood. And finally, we'll talk about how all this knowledge is, well, your superpower. Okay, first things first, let's make sure we're all on the same page with the terminology. What are we even talking about when we say the word menopause?
So here's a really key distinction that most people don't realize. Technically, menopause is just one single day. It's the 12-month anniversary of your final period. The whole journey, the years of symptoms and hormonal shifts that we think of as going through menopause, that's actually called the menopausal transition or climaterium. That's the real experience we're digging into.
So when does all this happen? Well, the average age for that final period is around 51, but honestly, the range is pretty wide. It can be anywhere from 45 to 55. Everyone's timeline is a little different, and a lot of it can come down to genetics. So how does this journey actually unfold? It's definitely not like flipping a switch overnight. It's a gradual process, and it has some pretty distinct phases. This timeline gives you a great map of the whole thing. Premenopause is basically your entire reproductive life. The real action starts with perimenopause, which literally means around menopause. This is the phase that can last anywhere from 2 to 8 years, and it's when your hormones start fluctuating like crazy, causing all those first noticeable symptoms. Then, once you've gone 12 full months without a period, you've officially entered postmenopause.
And this chart really shows you why all this is happening. See that line? That represents your reproductive hormone levels. Notice how they're cruising along nice and high through your 20s and 30s. Then, right around age 40, they start this steady decline that really picks up speed. That hormonal shift is the engine driving this entire transition.
Okay, let's get to the heart of it, the symptoms. What are the signals your body is actually sending you during this time? It's time to learn how to listen. All right, the most famous, or maybe infamous symptoms are what doctors call vasomotor. It sounds complicated, but all it really means is that your body is having trouble regulating its own temperature. It's like your internal thermostat is on the fritz. And the classic example, of course, is the hot flash. And it's not just feeling a bit warm. It is a sudden, intense wave of heat that just washes over you. The reason is actually fascinating. As your estrogen levels drop, it messes with a part of your brain called the hypothalamus. That's your body's thermostat. It becomes super sensitive, so even a tiny change in your core temperature can trigger this massive overreaction to cool you down, and boom, hot flash. But oh, it is so much more than just hot flashes. You've got night sweats, which are basically just hot flashes that happen while you're trying to sleep. The drop in estrogen can also cause things like heart palpitations, new aches and pains in your joints and muscles, and major changes to your skin and hair. It can also lead to things like vaginal dryness, more frequent UTIs, and even change how your body stores fat, which is why many women notice more weight gain around their middle. And just to give you an idea of how real those skin changes are, look at this number, 30%. Your skin can lose up to 30% of its collagen, the stuff that keeps it firm and plump, in just the first 5 years of menopause. That directly explains why you might notice more dryness or find your skin losing some of its elasticity. Of course, the changes are not just skin deep. Those same hormonal shifts have a really profound effect on our brains, our thinking, and our emotional well-being. It's not just physical. Let's talk about brain fog. I'm sure you know what I mean. That feeling when you just can't find the right word, or you lose your train of thought mid-sentence. It's so frustrating. While it's not an official medical term, the Polish term here, mgła mózgowa, literally means brain mist. It is a very, very real experience, and it's kind of a triple threat. You've got the hormone fluctuations themselves affecting your brain, plus all the stress and the terrible sleep that comes from other symptoms like night sweats. And the impact on our mental health can be huge.
We're talking mood swings, feeling irritable all the time, or a new sense of anxiety that you've never had before. Trouble sleeping is a massive one for so many women, and of course there's often a drop in libido, feelings of sadness, and just a general lack of motivation that can be really tough to push through.
And don't just take my word for it. This quote from Professor Rymaszewska is pretty staggering. A 70% risk of depressive symptoms during this period. As she says, the hormone drop is a huge piece of the puzzle, but it's interacting with everything else. Stress, sleep, just life in general.
Okay, we have covered a lot of pretty challenging symptoms, but now we get to the most important part, how we can reframe this whole experience. I just love this perspective from psychologist Eleonora Bilavska-Baturovich. Instead of seeing all these symptoms as your body breaking down, what if you saw them as a signal, a message? It's your body asking for your care and attention. It's a call to action to prioritize things like good food, sleep, and movement to set yourself up for an amazing next chapter.
And that, right there, is the whole point. Just understanding that this is a natural process, not an illness, changes everything. It takes the fear out of it. It gives you the power to take care of yourself. And just as importantly, it gives you the language to go talk to your doctor and say, hey, I think this is what's happening. What can we do about it?
So I'll leave you with this question to chew on. Now that you know what to look for, what signals is your body sending you? Because recognizing them, that's the first step to owning this transition and absolutely thriving.
If you found this breakdown helpful and want more insights on navigating life's big transitions, please subscribe to our channel, The Wellness Atelier. We'd love to have you.
And for some really great resources that go even deeper into today's topic, make sure you click the link in the description and also check out the pinned comment below. Thanks so much for being here.